Hi there, it's story time with Grandma Kay. Today's story is The Speedy Little Taxi by Darlene Geis, illustrated by Frater. I wanted you to look at this page. It says, "This book belongs to Kathy Nicholson, 6 Carris Street, Waterville, Ohio, 878-4866, and the date says 1966. Kathy Nicholson was my name when I was a little girl before I got married to Peppa Pops. And the address 6 Carris Street was where I grew up, and my phone number, and also the date 1966. I was 8 years old. So that's how old this book is. But I hope you enjoy the story of the Speedy Little Taxi. There was once a speedy little taxi that always wanted to be first. It was yellow, and it liked to go fast. It was bright yellow, and it liked to zig and zag and bounce and jounce. It was the yellowest taxi in the whole big city, and it never paid a bit of attention to the traffic rules. Blink! The traffic light changed from green to red. But did that stop the speedy little taxi? No, sirree. "I don't give a toot for your old red light," said the speedy little taxi, and it whizzed past like a yellow streak, right past the stoplight. He is bright yellow, and there he is running the red light. Kind of scary stuff, huh? Tweet! Went the policeman's angry whistle. "I don't give a toot for your old whistle," said the speedy little taxi, and it zigged and zagged right around the angry policeman. Toot! There's the policeman blowing his whistle. He wants him to stop, and he doesn't want to stop. SLOW, said the sign in big red letters. What does that spell? Slow, right? The street was full of bumps that were being fixed. "Who gives a toot?" said the speedy little taxi as it bounced and jounced merrily over the bumpy pavement. "Here I come." Here he goes, right over the bumps. SLOW spells slow. Ooh-wee! Wailed the fire engine whistles. Clang, clang, rang the fire engine bells. All the traffic pulled over to the side of the street and let the red engines whiz by. But you guessed it, not the speedy little yellow taxi. It whizzed right along with the fire engines, through the red lights, past the policeman, through the red lights, past the policeman, zigging and zagging, bouncing and jouncing. It was wonderful, and it was first to get to the fire. Oh boy. That was when the angry police car caught up with it. Out jumped the policeman. "We'll see about this," said he, and he wrote out a whole book of tickets and stuck them under the windshield wiper. "Trouble, trouble," the taxi owner groaned. "That's all I've ever had with this speedy yellow taxi." Then he had a great idea. "It's that bright yellow color," he thought. "Maybe if we painted the taxi a nice quiet green, it would quiet down." So they painted the taxi a nice quiet green. There he's getting his tickets. Trouble, trouble, huh? There he's getting a new paint job. Let's see, what do you think? Is that gonna work? Blink, blank, went the green light to red. "I don't give a toot for your old red light," said the quiet green speedy little taxi. and it whizzed like a green streak right past the stoplight. Tweet! Went the policeman's angry whistle. I don't give a nice green, quiet green toot, the taxi laughed, and it zigged and zagged past the policeman. Then it bounced and jounced past the men working sign. Looks pretty green, doesn't he? But he still can't slow down. Woo! Wailed the fire engine sirens. All the traffic quietly moved to the side of the street. But the nice, quiet, green, speedy little taxi raced right along with the noisy fire engines. This was wonderful. It got first to the fire again. It beat the fire engines. Oh, my goodness. But the police caught up with it again. Came the book of tickets again. For you, said the angry policeman again, as he jammed the tickets under the windshield wiper of the speedy little taxi. More trouble, groaned the taxi's owner. Maybe this time we ought to try a nice quiet blue paint job. So this time the speedy little taxi was painted a nice quiet blue. Blink, blank, went the traffic light. Changed from green to red. What do you think is going to happen? I don't give a nice quiet blue toot, said the speedy little taxi as it sped past the stoplight. Here's he's getting his tickets. And there he's blasting past the red light. Tweet! Shrilled the policeman's angry whistle. I don't give a toot for your whistle either, said the speedy little taxi, and it zigged and zagged around the policeman like a blue streak. D-A-N-G-E-R. What does that spell? Danger, said the sign where the street was full of holes. Who gives a bouncy jouncy toot? Said the nice quiet blue speedy little taxi speeding along the bumps. Danger means be careful, stay away. Ooh, wailed the fire siren engines, and all the traffic pulled over to the side of the street. But not that nice, quiet, blue, speedy little taxi. It raced right along with all the fire engines, through the stoplights, past policemen, zigging, zagging, bouncing, jouncing, and it was first at the fire again. My goodness. What in the world? What do you think they're going to do with that little taxi? And this time up came the fire chief's bright red car. Out stepped the fire chief. What's going on here? He asked in a loud voice. The fire chief is supposed to be the first one to get to the fire, and this speedy little taxi has kept me from being first every single time. The poor taxi owner groaned. Trouble with the police department, and now double trouble with the fire department. I'll get rid of this speedy little taxi, sir, he promised. You bet you will, shouted the fire chief. I'm tired of coming to my own fire second. You'll get rid of it to me. I could use a ziggy, zaggy, bouncy, jouncy, speedy little car like this to get me to the fires the very first of all. And he bought the nice, quiet, blue, speedy little taxi from its owner. That's some good news, huh? Now, the speedy little taxi was being painted again. Nowadays, it's a brilliant fire engine red. When it goes past red lights and past policemen and past signs, that's because it's supposed to. It's the fire chief's own car, and its speedy little way, it always gets him to the fire first of all. Hooray! The end. Hope you enjoyed the story of the Speedy Little Taxi. Love you.